Why do you have cravings anyway? This is a big question to ponder because if you're trying to lose weight or you're trying to eat healthy, improve your health, having cravings can be, if not the biggest obstacle, definitely one of the top three. So I think it's a really important discussion to have. Why do you have cravings? The answer to that is that there will probably be a couple of reasons that you have cravings. The top two are definitely going to be physiological cravings and habitual cravings. Now, there may be a couple of other instances where you have a temporary transient craving. Let's say you're at a social event and you really weren't thinking about eating dessert, but there it is and it's social and you want to eat it. It's debatable whether or not that's actually a craving, but we can just call it that and say those instances usually just happen once in a while. However, the physiological and the habitual cravings are the ones that really get us. And so I want to talk about what those are and what you can do to cope with them, to deal with them, to get rid of them, hopefully. So if you're having physiological cravings, you may not even recognize that. You may be going to eat food without even thinking about it. You may be snacking mindlessly because at a certain point in time, that physiological urge to get some nutrition, some energy, fuel in, it may have been unconscious, and so you would start to snack because you felt a dip in energy, or you felt a little shaky, or your brain started to, your focus went away. And so you may have started to seek out sources of fuel throughout the day, and it doesn't help that a lot of the traditional advice around dieting, losing weight, managing blood sugar says that you should snack frequently throughout the day. Well, when you do this, when you snack frequently throughout the day, you are basically training your body to say, I'm not really going to burn fat. I don't need fat because fuel is constantly coming in. And this is a no-no because what happens is you train your body to not burn fat as efficiently and to expect those snacks. And then eventually your body just doesn't work as well at burning fat. And for those of you that feel like, hey, I'm doing everything I can to lose weight and I still can't lose that body fat, part of that could be that you've kind of trained your body out of fat burning mode. Not always, but that could be a potential issue. So when your body is so acclimated to getting fuel and not tapping into your body fat reserves for fuel, you are going to have a physical craving, a physiological craving. You may not be able to detect it as a physical craving, but that's really what it is. So when you are dealing with getting rid of cravings, this is the first one to attack. The second type of craving is what we call habitual cravings. And these are much more difficult to deal with. So a habitual craving is where you have created a habit. Oh, every day at 3 p.m. I eat chocolate. Every day at 9 p.m. I eat ice cream. Oh, that was me for a long time. And so your brain, just like any other habit where you go on autopilot, your brain is expecting that to happen. You will engage in that behavior in a mindless fashion for the most part. I mean, you certainly don't have to bring consciousness to it because once you've gone to the kitchen and opened up the chocolate, your brain is on autopilot and it's actually craving. It's actually a dopamine crave. Like my brain needs to eat this chocolate because I do it every day at 3 p.m. So you can see how those types of cravings are a little bit tougher to deal with. So you have physiological, you have habitual cravings. How do you deal with these? Well, the physiological cravings, you start with those. Please, please do not try to address a habitual craving without addressing the physiological first. And there are 3 suggestions that I have for that. The first is that you stop snacking or start to taper down snacking, or if that's even hard for you, you start to be conscious of your snacking. So pay attention. You can keep a food diary. When do I snack? How do I feel when I snack? Do I need this snack right now? If it's doable for you, you can completely eliminate all snacking right away. If it's really hard, it may take you a couple of weeks. Just phase into it. because your body may not be very efficient at burning fat. You might really, really feel hungry and feel like hypoglycemic if you don't have a snack. So you have to work on that slowly. But the thing that you need to do in order to support that is to, number one, drink water. Drink water. If you are hungry or you're having a craving or you feel like, oh, it's time for chocolate, drink a glass of water first. So a lot of times we feel that physiological urge to eat, but it's actually thirst. Very important. The other thing is that you need to make your meals so nourishing and complete that your body is not having that physiological urge. So you want to make sure that at each meal you're eating protein and fiber and some fat, some healthy fats, in order to give your body the fuel that it needs so that you don't get this blood sugar spike. So if you eat cereal for breakfast, your blood sugar is going to spike and then it's going to drop, and now that's going to be a physiological craving. Brain is in emergency and saying, hey, we need fuel now. So the longer you do this, the better your body is going to get at burning fat, and you will be able to just slip from the meal fuel to your body fat fuel seamlessly. And that's where you want to be, right? I mean, nobody wants to have extra body fat. Well, I shouldn't, some people might, but you know, there's no reason that you wouldn't want to tap into your body fat to burn unless you are totally underweight. And then that's a totally different conversation. But that's relatively rare. So think in terms of blood sugar stability, which means protein, fiber-rich carbs, complex carbs, and healthy fats. That's the way that you keep your blood sugar stable so you don't have that physiological urge. Blood sugar and hydration, okay? So those are the two things that you're going to want to add before you start to take away. And so, you know, you have to listen to your body, but hopefully you can eat 3 square meals a day, or for some people it's 2. And then in between those meals, you're drinking water and you're not snacking. So try it out and see how it works and let me know. Now, the habitual cravings, that will be another 1-hour video, so I'm not going to go into too much detail, but I want you to understand that there are 2 sides to any kind of habit. There's the starting the habit and stopping a habit. So if you have a habitual habit of eating something, your brain is craving that, right? So it's a habitual craving. It's not easy to fix. You got to get the physiological urges off the table first. And then you want to slowly but surely, you're going to be stopping that habit. And one of the most important things that you can do to stop that habit is to remove the triggers. Fix your environment. Set up your environment for success. So that means, number 1, go shopping and do your meal planning when you are at your best, which is usually in the morning. Don't try to test your willpower at 6 p.m. at the end of the day and going shopping. Do your shopping and your planning in the morning or on the weekend morning when you're relaxed, you feel calm, you're not stressed out, and make those good choices. Don't buy the stuff. Don't have it in the house. That is the biggest thing you can do, because then when you're trying to stop that habit, if it's not here in the house, it's a lot easier to stop it. It doesn't stop you from going out and buying it in that moment. And maybe that will happen, and that's okay, because stopping a habit is a process. But so those are, the physiological, the habitual cravings. Nourish your body properly, hydrate your body, avoid snacking if you can, avoid those blood sugar surges, and set up your environment for success. And doing those 2 major, working on both of those areas is going to help you reduce your cravings dramatically. And so I would love to hear from you and hear how it goes. If you have any challenges with it, have any questions, just please reach out to me. And this is so huge. Cravings are so huge. So I really, really am excited about always giving this information and hoping that it makes a big positive impact in your life and helps you to live on this health journey or weight loss journey with more ease, more pleasure, more confidence. And that is truly my goal for you, to empower you and to really enjoy the ride.